Romelu Lukaku has had quite the debut season with Inter. It's 33 goals across all competitions so far, and it's not over yet because it will all end on Friday in the Europa League final. So he still has time to add to his tally, could get some silverware too. So, Mark Ogden, why has Antonio Conte been able to get the best out of this player that we didn't see at Manchester United?
I think Conte's just made him front and centre, the main man at Inter Milan. He's the guy that everything goes through at Inter. He's powerful. He's got pace. He's quite clever as well at times, Lukaku, with the way he finishes. But everything goes through him at Inter Milan. At Man United, towards the end, he was playing out on the right and on the left because Solskjaer didn't want to play into the middle. So the move for me from United came at the right time for Lukaku and for Man United and for Inter Milan. I think if he'd stayed at Man United, you wouldn't have seen the emergence of Mason Greenwood. You arguably wouldn't have seen the same goal output from Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial. So I don't think it's been a mistake by United selling him. I just think it's one of those transfers that had to happen.
Yeah, he said not a mistake by United. It looks as though Romelu Lukaku himself wanted to go as well. And so it seems as though it's one of those that's benefited all parties in this case. But it is interesting because Conte did want him, I think, right back to his Chelsea days. As you're saying, he's playing him in his best position. And he showed him that he's wanted him so much. So do you think that's helped him? Because we do see often with strikers that they do need to feel that love and support from a manager.
Yeah, I definitely think Lukaku is the sort of player that needs to feel like he is wanted. And he clearly didn't feel wanted at United in the final 6 months of his career there. And I don't think he was. I think Solskjaer made a very early judgment on him. Whereas, you're right, Conte wanted him from the outset. I remember the summer very well that Man United were going to sign Alvaro Morata, Chelsea were going to sign Lukaku, but at the last minute, United got the deal done for Lukaku, Morata went to Chelsea, and the move didn't work out for either striker, really. Neither seemed to be the one that the dream move it should have been. So, he's gone to Italy, and, if you're playing for one of the big clubs in Italy, I think you'll find goals easily. You look at Ronaldo, how many goals he scores for Juventus, and Higuain scored a lot of goals at Juventus and Napoli before he went to the Premier League and really struggled. So it's a different league. And, Lukaku hasn't scored against any of the big four or the top four in Italy this season. So for me, he's one of those players that it does really well against the lesser teams. He's done really well in the Europa League. Again, Europa League, lesser teams in Serie A, that's not a damnation of Lukaku, because you need a striker who will score goals against the weaker teams. That's a big part of scoring goals. But I don't think he's the sort of player that you need, that you will. If you need a 1-0 win against a top team, I don't think Lukaku is a striker that does that for you. He can do it every now and again, but you wouldn't rely on him to do it like you would for, a Lewandowski or a Harry Kane. I don't think he's in that class yet. But look, he's had a great season at Inter Milan. You can't deny that.
In fairness, though, those players you mentioned, Higuain and Lukaku and Ronaldo, could be outliers, because even Ronaldo himself has said how hard it is to score in Serie A, and you don't often see too many strikers getting anywhere near the 30-goal mark. It's very rare that does happen. So with that in mind, and with everything you've said, do you rate Lukaku as one of the top 10 strikers in the world right now?
Top 10 strikers in the world right now? I think on current form he probably is, but I think overall, I think he's just about getting into the top 10. I don't think he's top 5 or top 3. I think he's just about top 10. I think he's had a good season, and he had a good season at Everton at times. He had a good first season at Man United, but I don't think he's a sort of player that you can have in a team that wants to score goals throughout the team. If you're happy for one striker to score the bulk of your goals, then Lukaku's your man. But I'd like to see a team with more options. Look how many goals United have scored this season without him. I think Rashford, Martial and Greenwood have scored more goals as a partnership than Salah, Firmino and Mane. They scored more than Barca's front three, more than Juventus's front three. United spread the goals around, and they're a better team for it. They qualified for the Champions League. They didn't qualify for the Champions League with Lukaku last year. So you can say that it's worked for United, it's worked for Lukaku, and it's worked for Inter Milan.
Is there a point to be made, though, because obviously he's in the front two here, he's with Lautaro Martinez, that it's not just the goals with Lukaku, it's the rest of his game and his hold-up play that helps the side too?
Absolutely. Like I say, he's a very strong player. You look at he's a very imposing centre forward, and I think Martinez will have benefited from playing with Lukaku. But it'll be interesting if Lautaro Martinez does leave into this year. I think for Barcelona seems to be the most likely option. How Lukaku will play then without Martinez alongside him, because Martinez will take a lot of defenders away from Lukaku, take a lot of attention away. He's such a good player, Martinez, that if he goes to Barcelona, then Lukaku will need another strike partner next year to do the same job. So we'll see what happens there.
Is Anthony Martial a better fit for this United side then than Romelu Lukaku ever was?
I think Martial he's a better finisher, which it sounds ridiculous considering how many goals that Lukaku scored. But I think in a tight situation and against a better team, I think Martial is more talented and more likely to score the goals that you need. But I think Martial has work to do as well to become the finished product. So I don't think either him or Lukaku are, the final player they can be yet. But I think, if you need somebody to score a goal in the last 10 minutes, if it's a one-on-one chance, I think Martial's got more chance of scoring than Lukaku.
Yeah, as you said anyway, it did benefit all parties, and it's been quite the season for Romelu Lukaku. It could be about to get even better on Friday night.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.